Hello, my name is Lucas. This is a bit of lit. I want to talk about an interesting book I have been reading, and that would be a book I've been reading on the metro to and from work every day. And that would be The Invention of Medicine by Robin Lane Fox. The Invention of Medicine from Homer to Hippocrates. Thoroughly researched, really interesting. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a little difficult for me at times because I'm not familiar with ancient Greece all that much, and I'm not too familiar with, I'm even less familiar with sort of the history of medicine and, even Greek literature. I've only read Homer's Odyssey, I think, and that is it. And the first part, when it talks about Homer primarily, is mostly about the Iliad, which I have not read. I've only heard about, and I know what happens, but I've never read it. I do want to. I think I will soon enough, but all the same, I haven't yet. So there's that. It can be dry at times, especially when it's the primary focus of this. Yes, it talks about Homer's depictions of ideas of the time and medical thoughts and just these sort of interesting things that you can see within the words of Homer. And it does explore Hippocrates and the Hippocratic Oath and these kind of things. It does focus a lot on these 7 books called the Epidemics, which is kind of the name just hurts to think about right now, given the year, which the author does make note of many times, and it is not comforting. But this kind of thing that we are facing now has happened many times before, and even in ancient times. And then with the epidemics, it talks about their dating and our understanding of it and what they're talking about, when they were made, where they're from, and it's a history book, so it talks about these things. A little bit hard for me to, parse through it, but the prose is clear and easy to understand, and the writing is fine enough, but in some parts it's really engaging, and then that part, for me, I'm not saying it's not engaging, but for me, I was getting lost. But that doesn't, in my opinion, just because I don't know about the thing that well, doesn't mean that the writer did a bad job of explaining it, because there's just a wealth of knowledge here. So I'm quite happy I've read it. I want to this is from, what chapter are we talking about? Chapter 4? There are some interesting things about some of the ideas that Greek doctors used to have. I will try to bring up one of them. This is from chapter 4, and it's about the ideas of basically procreation. Semen, the senses, and sleep are topics on which he is known to have made important pronouncements. In sleep, Alcmaeon believed blood withdrew from the blood-bearing veins, a theory which was to have a long life but no link to reality. His views on semen were also misguided. Pythagoreans are said to have considered male seed to be a drop of the brain, and Alcmaeon specified that it was part of the white marrow which was considered to be in the brain's gray, squashy mass. On the likeliest understanding of later reports of his views, he accepted that semen also existed in the spinal cord, another place where marrow was known to be present. During sex, therefore, semen passed from the male brain, ran down the spine, traveled around the testicles, and rushed out through the penis, and so on and so forth. In a way, yes, it does sound kind of funny and sort of crass to bring it up, but it just gave me an appreciation for medicine and doctors and these kind of things, and the research that needs to go into scientific knowledge to, you know, sort of verify our beliefs and that kind of thing, to see if we are right. Because what you know, that doctor, that Greek medical professional, I guess he was well respected, and that's perfectly fine. Of course, the things he thinks are wrong, but that was the understanding that he had and of the day, I suppose. But over time, these things have changed, and our understanding has become more clear, and we, anyway, just when I was reading that, I was thinking, that's really strange. I think I also read in here that, it's been a while since I read the beginning of the book, because I've been reading it slowly, but they also believed women had seed as well, and, you know, when men and women had sex, they procreated. The act of procreation came from both seeds. Not quite accurate, but an interesting theory that through time and research and better methods of learning and trying to understand the world and humans and medicine and these kind of things, we have learned otherwise. I believe there was also a part. My hair is just not gonna cooperate. That's all right. There's another part. Is this it? I can't find the page that I'm looking for, but there's another part that I remember somewhere in the middle of the book that, well, actually a couple times, but I can't find I highlighted so many pages that I can't remember. This one is me being a little bit crass. I thought it was funny that the treatment of the day for women if they were sick in certain ways was to have sex. I just thought that was funny. But I don't remember exactly how it was explained, and I'm sort of getting off the point by just talking about what have you, different interesting inaccuracies in ancient Greek medical thought, but it is primarily about the Hippocratic Oath and depictions of medicine and understanding of medicine in literature, and of course in about the 7 books in the Epidemics. Thoroughly well researched. I recommend it, especially if you're interested in these kind of things, want to read something like that. So yeah, if you read it, if I said something wrong in this video, please let me know. But if you read it, let me know what you think. Tell me what you know about these kind of things, what you find interesting about ancient Greece's medical practices, malpractices, I don't know what to call it. Yeah, so anyway, that was The Invention of Medicine, From Homer to Hippocrates by Robin Lane Fox. Not exactly about the breadth and depth of all Greek medicine, but interesting nonetheless. Thank you. Goodbye.